Now we are talking about the voids in abscissi lattice. Voids in face-centered lattice. So in case of abscissi lattice, when we talk about the voids, then void simply means empty space. There are two types of voids. One is tetrahedral voids, another one is octahedral voids. So what is the meaning of empty space? We know that in case of solid, we have seen that constituent particles occupies their lattice points. These are the lattice points, corners, one corner, second corner, third corner, fifth corner, then this one is sixth corner, 4 upside, 4 corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 corners are there in this unit cell. Total 8 corners are there. So what is the meaning of voids? That whatever space remains or empty space remains in between the constituent particles, that empty space is known as voids. For example, we can see here, suppose we have these 3 constituent particles. We will understand this with the help of ball model. We have here 3 constituent particles, and then you can see here some space. This space you can clearly see. Then 4th constituent particle comes and covers this space. So obviously here empty space remains. This empty space is known as voids, and this void is called tetrahedral voids because you can clearly see the here formation of tetrahedral structure. How tetrahedral structure? You can see one V is upside and one V is down side, both are opposite and bisecting each other. So here this empty space is known as tetrahedral voids. So this is our tetrahedral voids. So two types of voids are there in abscissi lattice. We will see tetrahedral voids and octahedral voids. Now if we talk about the octahedral voids, then in case of octahedral voids, you can see I have drawn this octahedral structure. This structure is known as octahedral structure. So to understand the octahedral voids or empty space inside the octahedral voids, you have to see this structure. You can clearly see here empty space, and if we put this atom, then this octahedral will be completed. So this empty space inside this, that is this empty space, here this empty space remains if we put one constituent particles above this octahedral structure. This empty space is known as octahedral voids. So we have seen here two kinds of voids are there. One void is tetrahedral voids and another one is octahedral voids. Important point is that we have to identify the location of this tetrahedral and octahedral voids inside the abscissi unit cell or abscissi lattice. So to understand the position of tetrahedral and octahedral voids, we will again take the help of our model of unit cell. Suppose this whole is a unit cell, this is cubic structure. Ignore the structure present inside, ignore these structures, and you just assume this whole as a unit cell because this whole is a cubic structure and this is abscissi lattice. Abscissi lattice means the constituent particles are present at all the 8 corners, here, 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 this point, this point, this point and this point. You have to imagine that these constituent particles are present at all the corners. Here it is present. I cannot keep all the 8 balls together on this model. So you have to imagine that constituent particles are present at all the 8 corners. 8 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. As well as on the face. Face means one constituent particle is present here at this face, one is present here on this face, one is present here on this face, and one is present on this face. So total we can see there are 6 face, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this 6, and 8 corners, 4 upside and 4 downside. So to locate the position of, first we will see the octahedral voids. So to see the octahedral voids, first you have to imagine at the center of this unit cell. Center of unit cell, if we talk about the center of unit cell, you can clearly see this center. So if constituent particles from here, constituent particles from here, constituent particles from this face, constituent particles from this face, constituent particle from this face come closer together, then it will result in formation of voids. That is, when all the constituent particles from the 6 faces touches each other, then it results in formation of one octahedral voids. That is, if we will bring all the constituent particles from all the face, you can little bit, if you imagine, you can understand this. This one is from this side face, this wall is from this side face, here this wall is from this side face, this wall is from this side face, one from upside face and one from downside face, then it will result in formation of one octahedral voids at the center of unit cell. So here you can see the location of octahedral voids at the center of this cubic unit cell, each coming from the 6 phase, 1 phase, 2nd phase, 3rd phase, 4th phase, 5th phase and 6th phase. When all these constituent particles from all the 6 phases touches each other, then it results in formation of empty space, and that empty space is known as octahedral voids. Remember, in case of solid, and whenever we talk about the unit cell, constituent particles present always touch each other, but in model we cannot show that. This is our limitation. But in reality, when we determine the structure of solid crystal by X-ray crystallography, then in that we can clearly see that constituent particles always are in contact with each other. So whatever balls are present at this faces, at this faces, at this faces, here all these faces, they are in touch with each other. But when they will come closer and will touch each other, then there will be formation of octahedral voids like this. Such octahedral voids will be formed like this, and this is because of this constituent particle from this right face, this one is from left face, this one from anterior side, this one is from posterior side, this one is from upside and this one is from downside. So there is formation of empty space. This empty space is known as octahedral voids. So first location, we have got the location of octahedral voids in abscissa lattice, and that location is at the center of the unit cell. Another location is at the edge of unit cell, because the space lattice or crystal lattice is not only this one, it is widely extended structure. So suppose you have to imagine that if I have such kind of total many blocks are there, such kind of many blocks are there, and if you place one block here similar to this unit cell, if you place one block here and one block upside and then one block this side, then we can clearly see that here also there will be formation of a structure like this. You can see here, if we place one, we will get two. If we place one more block here, one more block here, suppose this one is this part is there, and this part when we join we get this point, and if we place two more upside, then we'll get one void. Similarly, we have to imagine at the edge that if we place similar structure, one here, one upside and one here upside, one we are placing from right side, and then we are placing one on left side upside, and then one on right side, then there will be formation of again octahedral voids at this point. And we have studied right now that contribution of S in the unit cell is 1/4. So whatever voids are forming here, its contribution in this unit cell will also be 1/4. So we can see here the location of octahedral voids in case of abscissae. Its locations are, first one at the center of the unit cell, that is at this point, then location of octahedral voids are these points, edge, at this edge, and contribution of one edge is 1/4 in the unit cell. So 1/4 part of octahedral voids whatever forming here due to extension of this space lattice will be inside this unit cell. 1/4 whatever octahedral void is forming here, 1/4 part of that will be in this unit cell. Similarly 1/4 here, 1/4 here. From all the edges the contribution to the octahedral void will be 1/4. So in case of FCC, if we talk about the lattice points, then lattice point will be for this voids. If we talk about the lattice point, then one will be at the center plus edge. From these two position we will have, this is not lattice point, this is the position of octahedral voids location. If we talk about the location of octahedral voids, its location is center and edge. Why I have removed here lattice point? Because voids cannot be present where constituent particles are present, because we have studied voids are what? Empty space, and if constituent particles are occupying any particular space, then there cannot be empty space, so we cannot say that there void is there. So its location is first at the center and second at the edge, as we have seen in the model. So center, how many voids are there? 1, and at edges we have seen contribution of edge inside the unit cell is 1/4. So each edge is contributing 1/4 in the unit cell. And how many total edges are there in unit cell? We have seen earlier total number of edges are 12. So if we solve this one, 4 3s are 12 and 1 plus 3 is coming 4. So total number of octahedral voids in the unit cell is 4 in case of FCC lattice. Total number of octahedral voids will be 4. Now we will see the location of tetrahedral voids. To understand the location of tetrahedral voids, first we have to see how tetrahedral void forms. As we have seen here, for formation of tetrahedral voids we need 4 constituent particles. You can see 1 2 3 4. When these 4 constituent particles will touch each other, only then there will be formation of tetrahedral voids. So this is our FCC unit cell, and in FCC unit cell you have to always imagine that constituent particles are present at the corners of the unit cell as well as on the face of the unit cell. So if we have to make the tetrahedral voids, we need 4 constituent particles, and out of these 4 constituent particles, one should be corner. Total we need 4 constituent particles, and out of these 4 constituent particles, one should be from corner and 3 should be from the 3 faces. This is very important point. One should be from corner and 3 should be from 3 faces, but not any random 3 face. Those 3 faces which is common to the corner. For example, if we are taking this corner, then to this corner 3 common faces are this face and this face. All these 3 faces are making this corner, this face and this face. So if we are taking this one as the corner, then we will take 3 from face, 1 here, 1 from here and 1 from here. So we have to select 3 face, 1 face, 2 face and 3 face. Similarly, if we are taking this one constituent particles, then we have to take remaining 3 from this face and this face, because these 3 faces are common to this corner. Similarly, if we are taking this as the corner, then we have to take 3 face. These faces are this face and this face, because these 3 faces are, you can clearly see, if you are taking this as the corner, then we have to take this face, this whole face and this whole face. This is common to this corner. This face is common to this corner. For this corner, this face is common, this upside is common and this side is common. So we will take 3 face and 1 corner. Similarly, if you are taking this one, then we will take this corner and 3 face common to this corner. Common to this corner means this face and we are talking about this corner. So this face and then this face, and then this face. One particle from this face, then we'll get the tetrahedral voids. To better understand this, we are going to divide this whole unit cell in a small unit cell. These small unit cells are these small cubes. You can see these cubes. So these small cubes we have to take. So if one constituent particle is from here, from this corner, then we have to take this face and this face, from this face, from this face, and from this face. All these will touch at this point, and then from here ball. To better understand, you see, from here, from this face, one constituent particle, a bit difficult, but hope, from this corner one, and then from this corner one will come. When from all these corners constituent particles will come, then one is coming from upside face, one is coming from this side face, one is coming from this side face, and one is coming, this will be something like this, and then one coming, this last one is coming from the corner. Then here there will be formation of tetrahedral voids, similar tetrahedral voids. So in this unit cell, one tetrahedral void will form here, one will form in this, one will form here, one will form here. So total 4 upside and total 4 downside. So total number of tetrahedral voids will be 8. So total number of tetrahedral voids here will be 8. So in case of tetrahedral voids, all will be inside the unit cell. Here you can see one is inside the unit cell, one is at S, that is 1/4 is only there. Tetrahedral voids will be total 8. So here we can find one important thing or important conclusion, that in case of FCC, total number of total number of constituent particles are Z is equals to 4. And if Z equals to 4, then number of tetrahedral voids, suppose number of tetrahedral voids will be 2 into Z, that is 2 into 4 is equals to 8. And number of octahedral voids, OH is short notation for octahedral, TD is short notation for tetrahedral. So for octahedral voids it will be equals to Z only, that is 4. You have to remember this conclusion of this overall discussion. So this was all about the voids or empty